What's up? QSP. I don't think I've had the pleasure in a while. Yep. I don't think I have. But this one's over at timbersedgeknives.com right there. Yep. And it is QSP Reptile 14C 28N blade, two-tone finish, stonewash satin, champagne aluminum handle. Well, now I'm intrigued. I'm a beer budget with a champagne knife. And of course, QSP comes with this card that gives you dimensions. And so there it is. If you're interested in dimensions, hit pause. You can check them out, zoom in, all that. Looks like it's got what's called a glide lock. Of course, it comes with the stickers and their version of Axis lock, the glide lock. I guess that's champagne aluminum scales, steel liners, Bruce Spring-steel pocket clip. It's got a ton of tension on it. I'm going to love it, especially up against this milling. Very cool. All right, let's see this thing. Come on, man. There it is. Well, howdy. I like the blade. I do. Let's get this box out of here. We'll need to be eyeballing that. 14C flat grind, tall, almost all the way to the top. It is to the top here, but then they ground in a little swedge there. I mean, oh. I mean, they have me at hello. The action on this. I'm trying to think of another QSP that I'm aware of that has that lock mechanism. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Wow. Very cool. Well, I'm not going to completely disassemble this knife because it runs well, but I want to see if I can tell if the springs are adjustable. And I'm going to say that they are not, the springs inside, because there's one hole for the spring. So the springs are adjustable, but I can tell you, based on what I feel here, even if they were, I wouldn't adjust a thing. Yeah. I mean, we'll do a 10,000 foot view on this. I'm not going to take it apart. We'll start with the action. So the action on this thing. I mean, as Axis locks go, what are they calling this again? What do they call it? A glide lock. Okay. That's it. Hey, y'all, that's why I don't get into these names. Because now there's another name. Everybody's got a name as something else, and it's the same lock. And so it just wears me out trying to remember who's got what lock. And I get it, man. Like, all of my contemporaries that do videos pay attention to this stuff. Like, they get in these weeds. They know that QSP has the glide lock. They know that Benchmade has the action, they know all that. I don't know any of it. I'm stupid. And that's why in those circles, I'm a moron. Hey man, have you checked out the latest? What? I don't know, man. I'm not going to be pretentious about it and say that there's a wonderful reason. It's like, well, there's just too many names, and so I've taken the high road. The reason, it's the same reason that you don't remember somebody's name. It's just because that person's not that important, right? I mean, isn't that the truth? Like, if somebody was important to you, if Roger met Jimmy, some buddies fishing or golfing or hunting or at the car meet or whatever, and he doesn't remember Jimmy's name, it's because Jimmy wasn't important to him. Now, if he met, if he met Becky at the same meet and he's interested in her, not only does he remember her name, he remembers her phone number, he knows where she lives, where she works, like he remembers everything, right? And so, if we go back to Jimmy, if there's something about Jimmy, like Jimmy's got 57 Chevy parts that Roger needs, it's like, hey, Jimmy, I'll call you, man. He's never going to forget that dude's name. And so the reason I don't remember which manufacturers have, the glide lock or the axis lock or what, it's because it's not important to me. I don't care. I don't care what they call it. And, as a knife reviewer and somebody that handles knives and represents, at least on some level, represents a retail online knife company and, interacting with manufacturers, and say, should I care? Like, should I be a professional and go, well, take interest in QSP and what they call their lock mechanism? I mean, some would say yes. I'm pretty sure that QSP would say that I should, but it ain't gonna happen because I don't care. I'm just being honest. It's not something that strikes me as important. I don't care what a knife company calls this lock mechanism enough for me to memorize all the different names for it, and I get them wrong regularly. I get the names of stuff wrong on a regular basis. Y'all know I do. And just so you know, if you correct me in the comments below, if you make a comment and say it's not pronounced that way, it's pronounced this way, you have now sealed the fate of that word for me forever. I know, man, it's dastardly. It's like you'd think that I would, listen, there is still this level I carry. And so I'm just saying, and some of the old timers that have been here on the channel know that there are Easter eggs and nuggets. I used to do it with music all the time. The images, the thumbnails for the videos had thumbnails in them or had little Easter eggs in them all the time. There's just little things that if you looked, you'd see it. But if you didn't look, you might not see it. And it might be just in the description. Like, it may seem meaningless and doesn't mean something, but if you think it through, like it was tied to the name of the knife, it was tied to the manufacturer, it was tied to the music that was in the short video, because the short videos used to all have music. I don't put that kind of production time in the videos anymore because it's a lot. And, if I'm doing 70 or 80 videos a month where I'm, playing with knives and taking them apart, 70 videos times, just say it's 10 minutes per video of production time, which it can be way more than that, playing around with those images and downloading music and, all of the stuff that goes into it. But let's just say it's 10 minutes. Well, that's 750 minutes of production time a month. Divide that by 60. That's like 12 hours a month, 15 hours, 20 hours. I don't know. But it's a lot of hours of just doing production work. And so I don't do the production work anymore. You already know. I mean, if you watch my videos, man, they're just basic. They just kick off. Boom, there it is. No music. The shorts are simple now. The short on this will be, hey, I got a QSP knife here. I borrowed it from Timber's Edge Knives. And so if the channel grows to a point to where financially I'm gaining a little bit of income from the channel, well then I'll pay it off. I'll put the production time in. I'll go back and continue to construct that. But at this point, these videos are for my gain. And y'all know. I mean, I'll drop a video and 60 people will watch it. And I can tell you that on the monetizing scale, that could pay me 23 cents. You know, and for 23 cents, I'm not jacking all that time into it. It's just a math equation, man, you know, to put all that time into it. And, you know, the guys that have 100,000 subscribers, they drop a video and 12,000 people watch it within the first couple of hours. I mean, they're making a reasonable amount of money, honestly, enough to make a living doing it. And so why wouldn't you put production time into it, or pay a high school student or a college student to do production work? You know, I mean, I would be happy to pay my college student kid to, on the side, do production work, upload videos, put music on them, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, of course. So that's it, man. That's a lot of information that started off with, I don't know what QSP calls this lock. But let's get into it. Well, at 10 minutes of, and no, I haven't been drinking. I have not. Yeah, so we're I'm gonna start fresh, man. QSP Reptile Champagne 14C satin, big tall finish, flat grind. I love it. I mean, visually, this thing's striking. The action, they call this a glide lock. I'll never remember it again. Honestly, as much as I harped about it, maybe I'll remember QSP's lock mechanism. But it's stunning. I'm going to say an A to an A minus on the action, but I'm going to lean towards A. I mean, I could easily just say it's A to an A plus. It is really nice. Look at this right here. And that bar rides on the back of the blade. It rides back here. And it can be really gooey and crunchy and a lot of things. But the way that they've got this, it completely gets out of the way. You can see the gap right there. The gap between that bar and the back of the blade. And so that blade is completely free. And this thing, it just runs really well, and I'm impressed by it. I did try to think if there's another QSP model that has that lock mechanism. I can't think of one, just off the top of my head. Now, I haven't touched a QSP knife in a while. I mean, it has been a while. But, yeah, this is stunning. Definitely A-level action. A minus, wonderful. It's got jimping on the spine, excellent ergonomics, very comfortable in hand. I tend to not really like thick to thin because when they're thin on the back, when I squeeze them, makes me feel like the knife is pushing itself out of my hand, and I'm not a fan of that. This one feels locked in. It's not doing that. I can't explain why. It may be this hump right here. My two fingers are locking in, and so it's not allowing these two to push me forward. I'm not sure, but it's very comfortable. There is a little bit of a choke up right here that can be had. Thumb forward, or even a power grip. I can get up on this hump and get a little more forward. Yeah, I mean, wonderful. Reverse grip. Yeah, grab the pocket clip, cap it with the thumb. Yeah, very nice. And it's got an excellent reverse Pakal style grip. And I'd much rather be here. This is locked in, by the way. This is wonderful. Very capable in that spot. And I'd rather have this than this. Yep. Very cool. Let's check pocket clip. It had a ton of tension. Let's see if it shows itself out in and out of standard jean size material here on this inner pocket. Yeah, completely disappears in the pocket. Almost looks like a pen, that pocket clip. Very nice. Yeah, wonderful tension. I'm going to keep this. We'll put it back. And it will easily get over thick stuff. Yeah, this would go in duty pants, bibs, down in the front of hunting bibs, whatever. And I think it's big enough to do back pocket duty as well. That's just an opinion. I mean, everything I'm saying is just my 2 cents. So, yeah, that pocket clip, wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on. Helps protect a new knife so that that pocket clip doesn't mar up that scale, that finish on there. I like the way that it's attached to the butt. Very nice. It's got a lanyard hole. The pocket clip is definitely reversible. You would just take it off and flip it to the other side, mount it back up. Yeah, wonderful. Safety. See if I can contact that blade. Nope. Tip is nicely recessed, so the tip's good. The clip is, I went too far with that little thing. Let's get that forward. Yep. The clip is stunning. It's wonderful. Excellent clip. Is that steel, Bruce Spring steel? Yeah, it is. Just wanted to make sure. The clip is good. The tip is good. And I can handle a knife any way I want as long as the blade's closed. I don't run any risk of catching that sharp edge. And yeah, there's no shaking that out. Once it's closed, you're really going to have to be intentional to get that sharp edge out. That lock mechanism, of course, I expect it to be rock solid. And that 14C QSP Yangjiang China, they know how to sharpen a blade. And they didn't hold back on this one. It's wonderful. Yep. I like it. Man, this thing is cool. The QSP Reptile. Let's get a price on it. Okay. Yeah, so these list out over at Timber's Edge Knives. You can head over here, timbersedgeknives.com. And these list out for $79. So if you subscribe, you can pick it up for around $72. And that will include free shipping and tax. So to your door, about $72. Yep, very nice. The QSP Reptile. All right. Hey, I appreciate y'all listening to my rant and checking out this knife with me.